Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Anxiety and Depression is Not the End, it is episode 10. And today we're going to talk about fighting for your happiness and this whole journey of going through this. If you're going through that right now, is about fighting for that happiness. And it's even harder, especially if you're going through this dark time of yours. It was just really something that I wanted every single day. And I'm sure if you have anxiety and depression, you are searching for that happiness as well. And what happens is that those negative thoughts that are happening to you every single day, as it was happening to me when I was going through it is just telling you that there is nothing left for you, for your future. At least for me it did, and it might be for you as well. And the more that you listen to that, every single day, the farther that destination that you think you want to head to starts to vanish, and you get more lost. And that's when you start to find yourself in a corner, right? You find yourself in this corner and you start feeling that you're separated away from, your loved ones. You're separated from away from the world, and you feel that you have no place anymore, right? And when you start to feel that way, that happiness is going to feel like it's not going to exist for you anymore, right? And I didn't realize how hard it was to try to find ways to get to my happiness again, right? Until I actually started to feel that my world had collapsed already for myself. So what I'm trying to say is that I fought even harder when I figured that I was never going to get there anymore, because I got to a point where my life was so bad and it was so dark that I felt that I had nothing to lose, right? And when I got to that point, that's when I hit rock bottom. And when I got to that point, I told myself that if I have nothing to lose, I am going to fight as hard as I can, right? To get to that place where I had been visualized for every single day, but I still didn't know why like every single day was such a bad day, right? I just couldn't understand why that all I wanted in my life, all I wanted back in my life was that happiness that I enjoyed, prior to my accident, prior to my anxiety, and prior to my depression, right? So, it was all about, not giving up. But if you're going through this journey of yours and every single day seems like you're telling yourself, what is the point, right? What is the point? I'm not going to be able to heal myself. I'm not going to be able to be happy again. I'm not going to be able to enjoy, incredible moments with my family and friends again. And obviously, the more you think about that way, the more of those thoughts that you are listening to, then, most likely that reality is going to happen for you, right? But, I was all at the brink of giving up. And as I was telling myself, I have nothing to lose, then I was telling myself that, what if I decided that I wanted to start, doing things differently every single day, right? Because every single day I was actually harming myself. And I've talked about it in my previous episodes about not loving yourself and what loving yourself actually does to you, what loving yourself can actually bring into your life, and how it can change you, right? And also change your surroundings and your environment and the people that are close by to you. How that love, when you start loving yourself, affect other people as well, right? And so, if you've been following my series, I talked a lot about focus, right? And I talk a lot about taking care of yourself, right? And part of that fighting for your happiness everything has to do with doing that, like giving you the strength to fight for that happiness, right? And it's just like you have to tell yourself, how bad do you want your happiness back? What are the things that you are willing to do, right, to get to that level where you can enjoy your life again? Because I'm sure you miss it so much. I'm sure you want, to stop waking up in the morning and feeling so depressed every single day, right? Because I'm telling you, and you already know this, that it's not a life that you want to live for the rest of your life. So, you have to make that decision for yourself, and you have to tell yourself, yes, even though you are fighting, and yes, some days you just feel like giving up because you just can't see yourself being happy again. You need to make that decision and tell yourself, you know what, hey, I do not want to live like this for the rest of my life. I need to make some positive changes in my life, and if I want to be happy again, and I'm going to fight so hard every single day, and I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it consistently on a daily basis until I can reach to that place where I can see myself smiling again, where I can see myself spending quality time with my family and my friends, and just, I want my life back, right? If you have that mentality, if you have that in your mindset, then I'm telling you that your strength is you're just going to become stronger and stronger every day, because you have a mission now. You have a purpose, right? There is a goal for you. When I was going through my anxiety and depression, I had nothing to look forward to, right? I had no goals, and I wasn't determined to do anything. But when I decided that, hey, you know what? I need to continue fighting for this happiness of mine, right? And I'm going to do whatever it takes, and nothing is going to stop me from getting there, right? And that's why focus is so important in strengthening your mindset, because once you get those two working together, you're going to have so much clarity up here, right? You're going to be able to start seeing yourself, in that happy place, that you've been thinking about every single day, right? And once you start to train yourself and reprogram the way you think, and that's going to give you more courage, right? And it's going to give you more confidence in yourself, because you're going to start to believe in yourself. And once you start believing in yourself, everything changes, right? So, you need to really, really, like, I know it hurts in your heart, right, in here, because that inner pain is so, a lot of that inner pain is also helping you make those decisions as well. Telling yourself that, what is the point of taking these steps every single day? I am not seeing any results. I'm not getting anywhere. It feels like I'm walking backwards, and you're probably doing that, like, honestly. Because if this isn't right up here, if all your thoughts are all negative, you are going to be walking backwards, farther and further away from, that happiness of yours, right? So, the number one thing is, again, if you haven't watched my previous episodes of Anxiety and Depression is Not the End, it's about focus. Focus first. And once you start clearing your mind, start loving yourself. Because once you start loving yourself, all the good stuff comes, right? It's magic. It's magic. And that happiness that you're fighting for every single day is going to get a little bit easier, right? You're gonna start telling yourself, you know what? These steps I am making progress. I'm starting to see a little bit more light. I'm starting to see things happen. I'm starting to see these positive changes happen in my life. And once these things start to trickle, like the trickle effect, like you start seeing it occur more and more each day, and becomes more of like a regular thing rather than only once in a blue moon you'll smile or whatever. You'll start smiling. You'll start smiling, and then soon those smiles will turn into laughter, right? And that laughter that you have, that you're going to be doing every single day, that is just going to lead you closer and closer to your happiness, right? So, hopefully this episode helps you to understand that, happiness doesn't have to be a destination, right? You can start creating it right now. You can start creating it today, because the sooner you do, those things, those positive things, every single day, the quicker your happiness is going to become your reality, right? So think about what I said today, and hopefully, if you've watched my previous episodes, that you've been able to learn something. And I still have a lot of more information to talk about, hopefully my next episode will be sooner than later. I'm going to try my best to get the next episode out. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to click the notification bell so that you can receive the notification when my next episode comes out, and I will catch you next one. So take care, and don't forget, your mind matters. Bye-bye.